Young lady, would you tell me your name, please?
Shannon Willis,
Shannon. Where'd you grow up?
Belmont, North Carolina.
Were you loved as a child?
Very much.
Are you still in Belmont?
Yes. Well, no, not anymore. I'm homeless.
Where's your mom and daddy?
My mom died December the 10th of last year. My dad died February 20th of this year.
Yeah, you were telling me about your daddy. Would you mind sharing that? What happened?
My dad got pneumonia. We took him to the hospital, and while he was in the hospital, found out his liver and kidneys was shutting down, and they was calling in hospice. Well, while he was in the hospital, my sister robbed him, and they released him from the hospital, and I walked him into the house, and within an hour of being released from the hospital, he put a gun to his head and pulled the trigger in front of me. He fell over on his side. I'm sorry. And then rolled off the bed. I tried to get to him before he even pulled the trigger, but oh, Jesus, Shannon. While he was laying in the floor, I thought he was dead. I was on the phone with 911, and he looked up at me just because half of his face was gone. He looked up at me and whispered help twice, and I couldn't help him. There's nothing I could do to help him. And I beat myself up. If I'd been just a little bit more faster, quicker, or something, I could have got to him and maybe done something. But I couldn't. I couldn't get the gun from him. I couldn't.
My daddy told me one time, because I had a brother commit suicide. And my daddy said, and I was a young man when he said this, that suicide was a permanent solution to a temporary problem. The problem would have passed,
Yeah.
but he made it a permanent solution.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, those of us that survive it are the ones who actually have
Left
to.
behind. I mean, he would never traumatize me like it has. He would never have done it intentionally. He suffered from PTSD. He was a wounded Vietnam vet. He lost his left arm in Vietnam. I mean, he was a helicopter pilot and he got blown out of the sky. He's lucky to even be here. Well, was lucky enough to be here, to have me. Unfortunately, my sister. I know you're supposed to love your family, but I can't stand her. I still have resentment, and I blame her. And I guess I'm probably always going to blame her. And I got so much anger built up.
Is your sister your only sibling?
Yeah. I just have so much resentment towards her.
Are you married?
I'm divorced.
Do you have children?
I have 5 girls, 5 granddaughters, 3 sets of twins.
You have 3 sets of twins?
Yeah.
Is that common?
No.
I didn't think so.
No. After the 3rd set, I said, I'm done.
Holy cow. What's your favorite childhood memory?
Going to the beach with my daddy.
Tell me about it.
That's one thing, he loved fishing, and on his bucket list, he will have one more time to take me and my sister to Oak Island, and it's the best memory that I guess I have of him right now. We had so much fun. We was actually a family, loving, caring, no fighting, no nothing, and sitting out there on the ocean, casting the rods out, and I caught a flounder for once in my life. And he raised me alone. My mama wasn't in the picture. Yeah. It takes a strong man, and he wasn't even biologically my daddy, but he still raised me.
Are you in addiction?
Cocaine.
Cocaine? Yeah. How long have you been using?
Since I was shot in the head.
Tell me about that.
I was trying to leave a drunk, abusive boyfriend, and he come home and caught me packing in front of my kids. And all I remember is I remember being shot in my right leg first and then falling. And after that, I woke up from a coma. 2 months later, I was in the hospital. That's what the scar is from. I have seizures now because of it. And he shot me in front of my kids, and I lost custody of my kids.
When were you first introduced to cocaine?
Um, Unfortunately, my mother gave it to me like a year after I had been shot. So it's been about 10 years.
So you've been dealing with cocaine addiction for 10 years?
Yes.
How's addiction affected your life?
Oh, Lord, it's cost me jobs. It's cost me family. It's cost me my kids. It cost me everything. Place to live. It's, I think it has something to do with my anger as well.
How long have you been homeless?
Just today.
Today?
Today. I have a house with my name on the deed, but my anger issues caused me to retaliate against my sister over my father. And now I have a restraining order on me for a year, so I can't even go back to my house.
Have you ever overdosed?
Multiple times intentionally.
Tell me about it.
I couldn't stand distress and everything that was going on with my sister, and I figured the best means was just to end it. And I took a bunch of blood pressure pills and a bunch of cocaine, and I was on life support for the first time for 18 days. And then 2 months later, I've done it again, and I was in the hospital a total of 42 days and on life support.
Have you ever tried to get clean?
At one time, I was clean. At one time, I was.
How
And
long were you
my
clean?
sister, almost 6 years, and my sister come back down here from West Virginia. All this has happened within like 5 years' time. She's been here 5 years, and since she's been here, my mama's died. I went back to cocaine. My daddy's died.
So just the pressures.
Yeah, I'd like
Yeah,
to stay clean.
because I believe, honestly, addiction, honestly, we're trying to cover up something that we don't want to deal with.
Yeah,
I can tell
and
you from experience, it's because
it numbs me
yes,
inside, and I don't have to deal with what's actually going on.
yeah.
But then whenever you come off of it, your money's gone. The problems are still there, and they're most time worse.
Do you have any regrets?
I have regrets every single day. I wasn't there for my kids. I know it wasn't my fault I got shot. I was trying to do what was best for them, but I shouldn't have resorted to the cocaine, to the crack, and the pills. I forgot to mention pills. I was strung out on pain pills.
What
Something
kind?
awful. Percocet. I'm terrified of the fentanyl.
Hindsight, what would you have done differently if you'd had the chance to go back?
Had, um, that is a good question. Pay more attention to what's really going on and the triggers, the signs, and been more of a mom. I'd give anything to go back and be the mama that I know that I am and that I used to be, the nurse that I used to be. I mean, I'd give anything.
You're a nurse?
I used to be at Levine's Children's Hospital, but now I have seizures from being shot in the head. And I felt like, I mean, he ruined my life, and I let him get to me, and I'm stronger than that, and I'm better than that.
So are you a registered nurse?
I was at one time. Due to the seizures, I can no longer be.
Where'd you go to college?
Chapel Hill University. So, I mean, it don't take, you can be the best person in the world, have the highest education, and you can still end up just like me. I'm sitting here shaking, just thinking about it.
Do you have people that support you now?
No, sir. I have no one. The only family I had was my dad, and he's gone. is the only one that ever had my back. The only. I have aunts and uncles, but they don't care nothing about me.
What could your family, your friends, what could they have done to help prevent the addiction, or is it something that you would have chose anyway?
My mama should have never turned me on to the addiction to begin with. I can't. I was a grown woman. I know right from wrong, but they could have been there more supportive. Like got me into rehab, showed me a better path to take something. But my dad was an addict as well, a recovering addict. But his drug of choice was alcohol, and he did the same thing that I did. He tried to numb the flashbacks and stuff with alcohol. He would drink a case a day. He was abusive at first, but in the end, he was the best dad you could ever ask for. I couldn't tell you the times that he got up at 2 o'clock in the morning, come get me at the hospital, come get me out of jail. Just countless, and he always made sure I had money. In a way, I say he kind of enabled me by giving me the money, but he didn't want to watch me suffer and go through withdrawals either, because he had been there and done that. But I was so proud of him. He got clean. I mean, now the only time his lawnmower, as he got older, the only time his lawnmower would work is if it had a beer, just one beer. So he came a long way, a long way. He died when his birthday was February 16th. He died February 20th. He was 76 years old.
What's your biggest fear?
I'm having it right now, being alone, not having nobody.
At this stage in your life, what's the most important thing you've learned?
Love your family as much as you can while they're here, because you never know when they're going to be gone. Life isn't promised the next minute. And I just should have made better choices. And now I know that I can, but I still can't get back those times. And I just hope my dad's proud of me.
Consider this particular lifestyle or just got started in this lifestyle, addiction, cocaine.
Yeah.
What would your word of advice be for them?
Don't. I mean, if you can't, I don't even know what to say to that. It's not easy. It's not. If you have better ways of bettering yourself, please do it. Don't take life for advantage. Don't take advantage of life for anyone else.
Take it for granted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take advantage. You know what I mean?
I know.
But yeah, I feel for. I don't judge anyone, and I mean, there's been times where I've had to stay under bridges, stuff like that, because my dad was angry at me. But as far as it being permanent like it is right now, never. And I'm in for a long road, but with God and my daddy by my side now, I can do it. Cherish your family. Go with your heart and believe in God, because He does exist. And He will not guide you down the wrong path. He won't. And I didn't listen to that. I chose to ignore Him at first. If I hadn't, I'd be in a better place right now.
Well, young lady, we appreciate you sharing
Thank
with
you.
us.
Thank you.